Most people wake up and immediately hand over control of their day to the world. Phones buzzing, emails piling up, messages demanding attention. Your brain hasn't even had a chance to decide how it wants to feel, and yet it's already reacting. Stress, distraction, and overwhelm take the wheel before you've had your first sip of coffee. This is a default for billions of people. The question is, do you want to live on autopilot, reacting to life, or do you want to step in, take control, and set the tone for your entire day? Tony Robbins doesn't wake up like most people. Before he speaks to anyone, checks his schedule, or even drinks his morning coffee. He spends 10 minutes doing a ritual he calls priming. This is no ordinary morning routine. It's a powerful combination of breath work, gratitude, visualization, and physiological activation, all designed to program your mind for peak performance before the world even begins demanding from you. In these 10 minutes, he flips the switch from autopilot to mastery, from reaction to creation, from fatigue to energy. Imagine starting every day with a surge of unstoppable energy, a mind so clear it cuts through confusion, and an emotional state so powerful that challenges feel like opportunities instead of obstacles. That is what priming delivers. It's not about motivation alone. It's about transformation. Tony has used this technique to stand in stadiums of thousands, lead businesses, negotiate million-dollar deals, and inspire millions, all because he trained his mind first. In this video, you're going to discover exactly how Tony Robbins primes himself each morning. You'll learn the techniques, the sequence, the mindset shifts, and the exact reason behind why they work. By the end, you'll understand that the first 10 minutes of your day don't just set the tone. They determine the trajectory of your entire life. This isn't theory. It's practice, science, and results combined. You're about to step into a routine that will change how you wake up, how you act, and ultimately, how you live. Your mind is a powerful machine, but it is also a default reactive system. When most people wake up, their brains are flooded with random thoughts, leftover stress, and autopilot routines. You open your eyes, and your first reaction might be panic, anxiety, or a subtle low-level tension. Most people think they start their day fresh, but in reality, their nervous system has already been hijacked by yesterday's worries or the world's demands. The question isn't just what will you do today? It's how will you show up? Tony Robbins realized early that the first 10 minutes of the day are the most critical. If you do not take control of your state, life takes control for you. Priming exists as a tool to grab the steering wheel of your emotions, physiology, and focus right at the start. It's not about trying harder. It's about being smarter. It's a way to intentionally flood your nervous system with energy, clarity, and optimism instead of letting fear, stress, or indecision take the lead. Think of your brain like a computer. Most people turn on, and it automatically loads yesterday's software of worries and stress loops. Tony turns it on, but he programs it first. He decides what state he wants to occupy: grateful, energized, focused, unstoppable, before life even begins throwing challenges at him. And the incredible part, your brain responds immediately. Even 10 minutes of deliberate mental conditioning rewires your emotional baseline, sets priorities, and primes you for high performance. Priming isn't some mystical trick. It's a practical, neuroscience-backed strategy. Controlled breathwork stimulates oxygen flow and activates the prefrontal cortex. Gratitude rewires neural pathways, reducing stress hormones and increasing dopamine. Visualization programs the reticular activating system, making your brain alert to opportunities and solutions. Tony combined all these elements to create a system that reliably produces clarity, energy, and confidence every single morning. By the end of this scene, understand this: priming is your chance to take ownership of your day. It's the difference between reacting to life and creating your life. If you adopt this habit, even 10 minutes a day, you'll feel the shift, not tomorrow, but today. You'll notice your energy is sharper, your focus more precise, and your emotional state more resilient. That's why priming exists. That's why Tony Robbins never skips it. And that's why you can start doing it immediately. Many people confuse priming with meditation or journaling, but it is fundamentally different. Meditation is about stillness, calm, and observing your thoughts. Journaling is about organizing and reflecting on your ideas. Both are valuable, but neither prepares your mind for action. in the same way that priming does. Priming is active, dynamic, and designed to physiologically, emotionally, and mentally program your brain for peak performance before your day even begins. Tony Robbins' priming routine is a fusion of body movement, breath work, gratitude, and visualization. It's like a high-performance tuning session for your brain. When he wakes up, he doesn't sit quietly hoping inspiration will strike. He deliberately elevates his energy, shifts his emotional state, and sets clear intentions. In other words, priming transforms your mind from reactive to proactive, from low energy to high energy, and from uncertainty to clarity. Think about it. If you start the day on autopilot, your brain is already reacting to stress, emails, deadlines, and the random chaos of life. You're in a constant state of catch-up. Tony's approach is the opposite. He wakes up and immediately decides, I will feel strong. I will see opportunity. I will create results today. That decision alone sets the nervous system into alignment. The body becomes energized, the mind becomes alert, and emotions shift toward positivity and confidence. Scientific studies show that when you combine deep breathing, gratitude, and visualization, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin while reducing cortisol, the stress hormone. Your prefrontal cortex, the decision-making center, is activated, giving you sharper focus and faster problem-solving ability. Tony uses this combination as a mental boot camp every morning, conditioning his mind to anticipate success instead of fear. Priming is not a passive exercise. It is intentional action. It is designing your emotional and mental state like a sculptor molds clay. By doing so, Tony ensures that he steps into every day with maximum energy, clarity, and power. The difference is remarkable. A 10-minute ritual can shift your entire nervous system, making challenges seem manageable, creativity flow more naturally, and confidence surge. This is why priming is not just a morning routine. It's a life-changing strategy for anyone who wants to perform at their highest level consistently. Tony Robbins structures priming around 3 powerful pillars that work together to transform your mind, body, and emotions. These aren't random steps. They are carefully designed to create a neurological and emotional reset that sets the tone for the entire day. Understanding these pillars is critical because each one targets a different part of your nervous system, and together they make the routine profoundly effective. Pillar 1, physiology and breath. The first pillar is about activating your body and increasing oxygen flow to the brain. Tony starts his morning with deep breathing, sometimes called breath of fire, combined with small movements, stretching, shaking out tension, and pumping energy into the body. These movements do more than wake you up physically. They signal to your nervous system that you are alive, energized, and ready to perform. Your brain interprets this as a cue for focus, alertness, and readiness. Pillar 2, gratitude. The second pillar is emotional. Tony doesn't just think positive thoughts. He focuses on specific, tangible moments he is grateful for. Gratitude has a remarkable neurological effect. It decreases cortisol, the stress hormone, while increasing dopamine and serotonin, chemicals associated with happiness and motivation. By practicing gratitude, he trains his brain to focus on opportunities rather than obstacles. It's a powerful emotional anchor that shifts the nervous system from fear to abundance. Pillar 3, mental projection and visualization. The third pillar is forward-looking. Tony projects his mind into the future and visualizes specific outcomes he wants to achieve. These are not vague dreams. They are concrete, detailed scenarios that stimulate the brain as if the success is already happening. Visualization activates the reticular activating system, which makes your brain alert to possibilities and solutions aligned with your goals. By the time he finishes, Tony's mind is clear, energized, and confident, primed to act decisively throughout the day. The genius of these 3 pillars is how they interact. Physiology fuels emotion, emotion fuels focus, and focus drives results. 10 minutes of this structured routine rewires your brain, energizes your body, and aligns your emotion for success. By understanding and committing to these pillars, you don't just start your day, you master it. Priming is not optional. It's a foundation of high performance. And anyone who adopts these 3 pillars consistently can step into each day with unstoppable energy, clarity, and confidence. The first step of Tony Robbins' priming ritual is all about breath and physiology, and it's more than just taking deep breaths. Your body is a foundation of your mental and emotional state. If your physiology is sluggish, tense, or uncoordinated, your mind will follow. That's why Tony begins every morning by deliberately activating his body to signal the brain, I am ready, energized, and alive. He uses a technique called the breath of fire, short, rapid exhalations combined with deep inhalations, and pairs it with subtle movements. He pumps his arms, stretches his chest, shakes off tension, and moves his body in ways that release stress stored from yesterday. It's not exercise for muscles. It's exercise for your nervous system. The oxygen surge floods the brain, wakes up the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for decision-making, focus, and emotional control, and clears mental fog. This physiological activation does more than wake up the body. It rewires the nervous system for energy and clarity. Think about how a professional athlete warms up before competition. The muscles, heart, and nervous system all need to be ready to perform. Tony applies the same principle to the mind. When your body is energized and your nervous system is activated, your thoughts become sharper, your emotions more stable, and your decision-making faster. Even small movements, like shaking your hands or flexing your shoulders, send a signal to the brain: attention, focus, action. Within minutes, the body is awake, the heart rate elevated, and your energy aligned with purpose. This is why Tony Robbins never skips this step, because the body leads and the mind follows. By the end of this phase, Tony feels alive, alert, and fully present. The mind is sharp, the body is engaged, and the emotional state is already shifting toward positivity. This is the first critical pillar of priming, using your physiology to take control of your state before life demands it from you. And it works. The results aren't theoretical. They are felt immediately, setting the tone for the rest of the day. Breathing isn't just about oxygen. It's the most powerful tool you have to control your mental and emotional state. Tony Robbins understands this deeply. Controlled, intentional breathing can reset your nervous system, reduce stress, and increase focus almost instantly. When you take deep, purposeful breaths, your body responds by lowering cortisol, the stress hormone, and flooding the brain with oxygen, signaling clarity, alertness, and energy. Tony doesn't just breathe randomly. He uses structured techniques to trigger a specific physiological response. Rapid, rhythmic exhalations followed by full, deep inhalations create a surge of energy, awaken the prefrontal cortex, and help the mind move from sluggish reaction to sharp readiness. Even subtle movements, shaking out tension, opening the chest, or raising the arms, amplify the effect, turning the body into a cue for a high-energy mental state. Science backs it up. Studies show that breath control can shift the autonomic nervous system from fight or flight mode to a state of alert calm. Your brain begins to focus, your mind becomes sharper, and your emotions stabilize. Tony has used this every morning for decades to maintain energy, focus, and clarity, even in high-pressure situations. By starting the day with controlled breathing, you send a message to your entire body and brain: I am awake, I am present, I am ready. It's simple but incredibly effective. Within minutes, your mind feels clearer, your body more energized, and your emotional state more positive. This is why Tony makes breathing the first step of priming, because energy and clarity always begin with physiology. The second step of Tony Robbins' priming ritual is gratitude, and it's more than just saying, I'm grateful for my family or my health. Gratitude, when done intentionally, is a powerful tool to rewire your nervous system and elevate your emotional state. Tony focuses on specific, tangible moments, like a conversation that inspired him, a small victory from the previous day, or even the feeling of the morning sun on his skin. These small but precise moments flood the brain with positive emotion and help shift focus away from fear, stress, or scarcity. The science behind gratitude is fascinating. Gratitude increases dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good chemicals in your brain, while lowering cortisol. By deliberately focusing on gratitude, you create a physiological state of abundance and positivity. Your brain can't feel fear and gratitude at the same time, which means that just a few minutes of intentional reflection can reset your emotional baseline. Tony doesn't stop at thinking. He feels gratitude in his body. He visualizes the people, experiences, and opportunities he appreciates, and lets the feelings radiate through him. His posture, breathing, and even facial expression reflect this emotion. This alignment between mind, body, and emotion makes the effect much stronger than simply writing it down or thinking about it. Gratitude is also practical. It trains your brain to notice opportunities, solutions, and positive outcomes throughout the day. Instead of reacting to problems, you become proactive, seeing the path forward clearly. By the end of this step, Tony feels calm, energized, and ready to tackle the day. Gratitude doesn't just make you feel good, it primes your nervous system for high performance, resilience, and clarity. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good habit. It's a neuroscience-backed method to change your brain. Tony Robbins understands that the mind and body are interconnected, and by practicing gratitude deliberately, he triggers measurable changes in his nervous system. When you focus on specific moments of appreciation, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the neurotransmitters responsible for motivation, joy, and clarity. At the same time, cortisol, the stress hormone, decreases. The result is a mind that feels energized, focused, and emotionally balanced. Tony takes gratitude a step further. He doesn't just think about what he's thankful for. He feels it physically. He visualizes people, experiences, and achievements that matter deeply and allows the emotion to radiate through his body. His posture opens, his breathing deepens, and his energy visibly changes. This combination of mental focus and physical alignment amplifies the impact, creating a powerful neurological shift that primes him for the day. The benefits extend beyond just mood. When your brain is flooded with positive chemicals, you start noticing opportunities you may have ignored before. Creativity flows more freely, problem-solving improves, and resilience strengthens. Even in high-pressure situations, a mind trained with gratitude reacts from confidence instead of fear. Tony uses this daily to ensure that he steps into every moment prepared, focused, and unstoppable. Gratitude, combined with Tony's other priming techniques, doesn't just prepare him for the day. It rewires his responses to life itself. It turns automatic fear-based reactions into deliberate, high-performance actions. This is why, after just a few minutes of gratitude, Tony feels more present, more empowered, and ready to create extraordinary results. By making gratitude a structured daily habit, you, too, can rewire your brain, stabilize your emotions, and set yourself up for success long before your day officially begins. By the time Tony Robbins finishes priming, he isn't just awake. He is operating at a completely different level. His mind is sharp, his emotions centered, and his body is filled with focused energy. But the real power of priming shows up after the morning routine, when he steps into the world carrying that elevated state with him. This is where priming becomes more than a ritual. It becomes a lifestyle. Every decision you make throughout the day is influenced by your state. If you're tired or stressed, small problems feel overwhelming. If you're energized, grateful, and mentally clear, the same challenges feel manageable, even inspiring. Tony uses priming so he can walk into every conversation, every meeting, and every situation with intention, confidence, and emotional power. Imagine starting your day with your mind already aligned toward opportunity. Imagine facing pressure without collapsing into anxiety. Imagine walking into your goals with clarity instead of confusion. That's the purpose of priming. It isn't about having a motivational morning. It's about creating a mental blueprint that shapes your entire day. And this is where your journey begins. You don't need an hour. You don't need a special room. You don't need expensive tools. All you need is 10 focused minutes to take control of your physiology, your emotions, and your focus. 10 minutes to shift your entire trajectory. 10 minutes to remind yourself who you are and what you're capable of. If you commit to priming, truly commit, you'll notice the difference within a week. More clarity, more patience, more confidence, more drive. This isn't theory. It's practiced by one of the world's most influential peak performers every single morning. The question now is simple. Will you let the world decide your state each morning? Or will you take control and decide it yourself? Your day starts now.